As I slithered through the bustling streets of the human sector in our galactic capital, my gills fluttered with excitement. The names Brogger, proud Lyron, and self-proclaimed foodie, a delightful term I picked up from our fascinating human neighbors. You see, before humans joined the galactic community, we Lyrons thought we had cuisine all figured out. Algae cakes, perfected. Bioluminescent jellyfish soup, a delicacy. But humans, they took food to a whole new level. My webbed feet made a soft squishing sound as I navigated the crowded walkways, my bulbous eyes darting from one exotic eatery to another. The humans had a knack for turning sustenance into an art form, and I was determined to sample every masterpiece. Foodie, I mumbled to myself, relishing the way the word rolled off my amphibious tongue. Humans had a word for everything, especially when it came to gastronomy. Before them, I was just a Lyron who enjoyed eating. Now, I was a connoisseur, a gourmet, an aficionado of all things delicious. As I turned a corner, the tantalizing aroma of spices and seared proteins filled the air. My stomach gurgled in anticipation. What new culinary adventure awaited me today? Perhaps those sushi rolls I'd heard so much about. Or maybe a steaming plate of pasta? Little did I know, I was about to embark on a journey that would forever change my understanding of human cuisine and marketing. But first, I had to find the perfect meal, the ultimate testament to human culinary prowess. With determination in my heart and an empty stomach ready to be filled, I pressed on. After all, a foodie's quest is never truly over, especially not in the land of human gastronomic wonders. As I waddled down the crowded street, my antennae twitched at the symphony of aromas wafting through the air. Suddenly, a peculiar scent caught my attention, spicy, savory, and utterly foreign to my Lyron senses. I swiveled my head, my bulbous eyes zeroing in on a colorful food cart manned by a cheerful human. "Burritos," the vendor called out. "Get your burritos here." Burritos? Another human culinary marvel I had yet to experience? I slithered closer, my curiosity piqued. As I approached, my gaze fell upon a sign that made my three hearts skip a beat. "Try our world's largest burrito." The words were accompanied by an image of a cylindrical object that looked big enough to feed a small Lyron village. "Excuse me," I burbled, my translator working overtime to convey my excitement. "I'd like to order the world's largest burrito, please." The vendor's eyes widened, darting between my amphibious form and the gargantuan burrito advertised on the sign. "Are you sure, buddy? It's pretty big." I puffed out my chest, my skin changing to a confident shade of orange. "I assure you, my good human, I am a foodie. Size is no obstacle." With a shrug and a grin, the vendor set to work. I watched in awe as he piled ingredients onto a massive tortilla: rice, beans, meats, vegetables, and an array of colorful sauces. As the burrito grew, so did my anticipation. Finally, with a grunt of effort, the vendor lifted the completed burrito. "All right, big fella. This one's too heavy for the counter. Let's get you set up at a table." I followed him to a nearby seating area, my eyes fixed on the monstrosity in his arms. As he set it down, the table creaked under its weight. I gaped at the burrito, realizing with a mix of horror and delight that it was, indeed, larger than my entire body. Undeterred, I clambered onto the chair, my eyes gleaming with determination. This was why I became a foodie for moments like these, facing down culinary challenges that pushed the boundaries of gastronomy and quite possibly physics. As I reached for the burrito with my webbed hands, I couldn't help but marvel at human ingenuity. Only they could create a single food item too heavy for its own species to carry. Truly, I thought, humans were the undisputed masters of food. Little did I know, my culinary adventure was about to take an unexpected turn. With a deep breath that expanded my throat pouch, I dove into the colossal burrito. Flavors exploded across my taste buds: savory, spicy, tangy, and creamy sensations I had never experienced before. My skin rippled through a rainbow of colors as I savored each bite, reflecting my gastronomic ecstasy. Despite my enthusiasm, the burrito seemed never-ending. An hour passed, then two. My multiple stomachs stretched to their limits, but I pressed on, determined to conquer this culinary Everest. Finally, with a triumphant burp that rattled nearby windows, I swallowed the last morsel. Slumping back in my chair, I gazed at the empty plate with a mixture of pride and disbelief. Humans, I croaked, my voice carrying the reverence of a religious epiphany, are truly the greatest cooks in the galaxy. A chuckle from a nearby table caught my attention. A human sat there, amusement twinkling in their eyes. "Enjoyed your meal, huh?" they asked. I nodded enthusiastically, my head tendrils bobbing. "Indeed. I have consumed the world's largest burrito. Surely this is the pinnacle of human culinary achievement." The human's smile widened. "Hate to break it to you, buddy, but that's not actually the world's largest burrito." My skin turned a confused shade of puce, but the sign. "Ah," the human said, leaning in conspiratorially. "That's what we call marketing. It's just a name to attract customers. There are much bigger burritos out there." I blinked my gelatinous eyes, trying to process this information. "You mean, humans create food larger than that, and they lie about it being the largest?" The human laughed. "We don't lie. Exactly. We exaggerate. It's part of the fun." As understanding dawned, my admiration for humans grew even more. Not only had they mastered the art of cooking, but they had also perfected the art of selling it. The concept of marketing was as foreign and fascinating to me as the burrito itself had been. I left the table that day with a full belly and a mind buzzing with new insights. Humans weren't just culinary geniuses, they were masters of imagination, turning even the act of selling food into an art form. As I waddled home, already dreaming of my next meal, I couldn't help but wonder what other marketing marvels awaited me in the human sector. And more importantly, how big was the actual world's largest burrito? My quest as a foodie, I realized, had only just begun. Thank you so much for listening to this story. I hope you loved it. Please remember to subscribe if you did like it so you can see more videos like this. And please give us a like and a comment too. I'll see you in the next one.